Hey guys, on this video, I'm gonna teach you how to make this rustic board fence. Also show you a little trick to keep it dog proof, to keep the little dogs from getting out from between the slats. I'll be breaking down the materials, the cost of materials, and different tools you can use to build this type of fence. So let's get started. Rustic front yard fencing, and to keep the dogs in, we just ran some 2x4 panel. We cut them in half, so 30-inch sections. The wood post, you just run those like standard wood posts, square up off your house, run a guide string, and then drive them in with your skid steer. So yeah, not everybody has a skid steer with a post driver on it. We do a lot of fencing, so we'd have this. You can also use an auger, concrete them in, post hole diggers. There's only 20 posts, so it's not the end of the world if you do it a harder way. Or you could rent a skid steer, or you can hire somebody that has one of these to come drive the post in for you, and you can do all the rest of the work yourself. There's a lot of options. I'm just showing you how I did it, but I knew I'd get a lot of comments of like, you know, don't happen to have a skid steer laying around the yard with a $10,000 driver on it. So I totally get it. And then what it'll all look like in a little bit down there is that kind of that rustic board fence look. But you can see we just got these hard stapled onto the post, and then we'll just run that board fence like that around the whole thing. Quick note on spacing, 8 foot for the post because the boards are 16 feet and the wire is 16 feet. So it makes sense that you have 8 foot spacing on your post. Your boards are gonna stagger. When you see the time lapse, you'll see me staggering boards. That's just to give it a better look and to give it some strength. And then we'll add, this is when I say a 4 foot face board, this is the 4 foot face board. You get 4 per 16 foot stick of lumber. So everything's in 16/8 and 4s. It makes it very easy to build. And then for laying the board fence out, we basically drop 2 boards at every post, and that'll give us enough lumber. Why is this the most important piece of wood on my farm right now? Because it tells me all the spacing on the fence. So as we're flying through, putting all that fence up in the time lapse, we're using that to tell us how to space the boards. That way everything looks consistent. So you don't want to lose it. We painted orange because it looks like every scrap of wood otherwise. Now the next step is we'll cut face boards across all the front there. All right, so we just cut 4 foot face boards, and now we laid them all out. Put a screw in the top, that way I can tack them up, and then put a second screw in to level them. So I'm gonna go around and drop a screw in everything, hang them, level them, finish them out. All right, everything's hung. Put a level on the side, put the final 7 screws in, and then she's done. All right, that's it. Just got to go back through, put the rest of the screws in, flatten everything out, and build a gate, and this will be completely done. Let's talk gates. I'm not going to lie to you, this gate is not easy to build. If you're a carpenter or you have carpenter skills, you can use a router, you're good at squaring things, build one. They're beautiful. The hinges are about $160. I'll put a link to where I got those, and they just look good. The other option is just a mesh gate, standard farm gate, $160. Hang it and be done. Nice thing is this is a 4 foot gate. If you decide to build one of these later, you could. So these are your options on gates. There it is, all done.